Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me and allowing me to continue to be your daily advocate. If you're new here or you're not subscribed for any reason, please do me a huge favor and hit the subscribe button. Thank you to all of you who have been watching and following me for so long. It truly means a lot, and I'm glad that I can be this person.
The SEC is hiding notes from Ripple having to do with a meeting that occurred between then SEC Commissioner Elad Roisman and Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse. And a part of what was allegedly discussed, according to Mr. Garlinghouse, during this meeting was that Commissioner Roisman actually told Brad Garlinghouse that he did not believe that XRP was a security. So, highly consequential information and perspective from this commissioner. And mind you, there's 5 commissioners on the planet that vote on whether or not to bring legal action against any person or business or entity. Elad Roisman was one of these individuals, and he's stating, according to Brad Garlinghouse, that XRP is not a security from his perspective. There are notes on this taken by an SEC employee that this is so absurd. The SEC is claiming these notes are privileged. So I'm going to share with you the specifics. There's a legal filing just yesterday on Thursday. And I have to tell you, this is one of the most absurd claims that the SEC has made. So I'm going to get you all caught up to speed on here, and we'll talk about the asshattery that is currently occurring. But before going any further, I do want to be clear, I do not have a legal or financial background of any kind. I am not offering legal or financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. Shout out to attorney James Filan, who shared this most recent document all up on the Twitters, and so I printed up that big bad boy, and I highlighted a couple parts that I found to be interesting, and I took just a couple notes here. So let's get you caught up to speed, though, because this is a topic that was first discussed, it may have been a good 2 weeks or so at this point. So Brad Garlinghouse, he swore under oath that SEC Commissioner Elad Roisman told him that he did not believe XRP was a security back in 2018. Now, Matthew Estabrook, who was then counsel for Commissioner Roisman, took notes during this meeting between Brad and Mr. Roisman. The SEC is claiming these notes are privileged despite the fact that Brad Garlinghouse was present for the conversation that resulted in the contents of the notes, which of course makes this absurd. Now, the SEC's latest legal filing on Thursday, it's the latest attempt to prevent justice from being done. Although Brad Garlinghouse has already shared his recollection of the 2018 meeting and discussed it under oath, the SEC's notes are of significant importance as they would likely corroborate what Brad has stated publicly and under oath regarding this meeting. And so the judge is now set to personally review these notes and make a determination on whether or not the notes must be handed over to Ripple. Let me share with you this. This is a short thread from John Deaton's organization Crypto Law, and this is from February 10th. This is the last piece I need to get you caught up with so that you are on the same page as far as the developments to this point so that we can proceed with the story here. But here's what Crypto Law shared on February 10th. Just added to our document library. Motion by Brad Garlinghouse to compel SEC to produce notes by outgoing staffer Matthew Estabrook from 2018 meeting between Commissioner Roisman and Garlinghouse, where XRP was discussed, plus exhibits. The motion and exhibits detail intense back and forth over how in January the SEC claimed it stumbled across these notes as Estabrook was cleaning out his desk as he left the agency. Another privilege log was sent, but, surprise, the SEC claims the notes are privileged. And again, yes, to be clear, you did hear that right. The SEC initially claimed that no such notes about this meeting existed. They said, nope, didn't exist, but then magically they found them. Anyway, Crypto Law continues. The motion demands the notes be handed over, detailing how ridiculous the privilege claim is by noting that Mr. Garlinghouse said in a deposition he remembered Roisman was sympathetic to Ripple over XRP in the meeting, and the SEC previously released meeting notes from a 2018 meeting between Ripple and Jay Clayton where XRP was discussed and didn't claim privilege over that document. Clearly, the motion says, privilege claims are only made over anything helpful to defendant's case. Surprise, surprise, right, folks? Exhibits include a Brad Garlinghouse email after the 2018 Roisman meeting plus excerpt from Garlinghouse's deposition recalling Roisman's sympathetic views of SEC confusion over XRP. The SEC is refusing to release its own notes from that meeting. Wonder why? Exhibit B is the letter of notice from the SEC when they just happened to find the notes they insist they looked for previously and hadn't found, but just stumbled over. Oh, and they are withholding them. Exactly. And so here's this on your screen. This is part of Brad Garlinghouse's testimony. He said what I'm about to share with you under oath, under penalty of perjury. So here's what he wrote. He was asked in these meetings, so referencing the meetings with commissioners, did any of the commissioners tell you that they did not believe that XRP is a security? Brad responded with one word. Yes. The SEC asked, who? Brad responded with the following. I recall Commissioner Roisman very specifically saying, I'm sorry you've even had to come here. I think that the confusion about the status of XRP he viewed as not healthy for the market. I recall less about the meeting with Commissioner Peirce, another SEC commissioner. So right there, Brad Garlinghouse swore under oath that this commissioner told him that he did not view XRP as a security. And again, Matthew Estabrook, who was with the SEC, was an SEC employee until January of this year, he took notes during this meeting. And again, initially said, nope, we don't have any notes, and then magically they found them. Well, how about that? So then you have this document from Thursday, and where's the part here? I highlighted part right around here, DPP, yeah, up to this point. Similarly, yeah, check this out. As to the notes now at issue, Mr. Estabrook, counsel to Commissioner Roisman, attended the meeting with Garlinghouse and memorialized those aspects of the meeting that Mr. Estabrook believed could relate to future commission decisions. So let me pause. This is coming directly from the SEC right now. And then the SEC asks to continue. Accordingly, the notes are pre-decisional and deliberative, and piercing the SEC's privilege is unwarranted because Garlinghouse's need for the notes is significantly reduced given his presence at the meeting. As such, the notes are protected by the DPP, so that's deliberative process privilege. Think about this. And so I got a question. So are all notes at all SEC meetings taken for the purpose of future SEC deliberations, as they're claiming is the case here? Or is it actually just the case that the SEC makes that claim when it's convenient for them? Do you really believe that specifically, and just with this meeting, right? And it's very inconvenient for Ripple, but they actually took the notes specifically for the purpose of deliberating on this topic in the future. Do you actually believe that? I don't. It's unbelievable. It's absolutely unbelievable. But check this out. Let me go to the back here, because there's a declaration from Matthew Estabrook here. And it's actually towards the very end here. I think it's Exhibit A. Yeah, here we go. Check this out. Declaration. Oop, my printed page. Okay. Declaration of Matthew Estabrook. And mind you, I'm going to share with you some of what he wrote down here in this document from Thursday, the 24th. And note this. It states the following. I declare under penalty of perjury that the foregoing is true and correct. Under penalty of perjury, he's claiming the following. I don't believe it, but here's in part what he wrote. I don't want to read the whole thing because it's lengthy, not necessary. But take a look at this. From Matthew Estabrook, former SEC employee. On or about November 9th, 2018, I attended a meeting between Commissioner Roisman and Mr. Garlinghouse, and I took notes of certain statements made at that meeting. My notes reflect the matters discussed at the meeting that I believed were important and that could relate to future commission decisions. My notes do not reflect everything that was said at the meeting. So he's claiming that a purpose of the notes was for future deliberations. Well, if it's privileged and this is private, why was Mr. Garlinghouse allowed to even be there? And mind you, it was a conversation between just him and then Commissioner Roisman. Why was Brad Garlinghouse allowed to even engage in this conversation if this was a privileged discussion? You see how absurd this is, right? This is the claim that they are actually making. It's unbelievable the level of asshattery that's occurring. Like, these people, they have no self-respect. They have no shame. I'm telling you, it's just repulsive what they're actually claiming here. And so that's why I'm saying, like, from a legal perspective, I don't know if this is a strong argument. I don't know, but I can tell you, just as a regular person, looking at the facts, it's stupid. It's not believable. It does not pass the smell test. And I don't believe for a moment that the SEC attorneys arguing this tripe actually believe what they're stating here. Do you? I sure as hell do not. This is complete and utter garbage. So the judge is going to get to see these notes and make a decision. So they're doing the in-camera review, which just means in-person review. And I don't know what's going to happen. Hopefully Ripple ends up getting their hands on it, because again, it's just going to corroborate what Brad Garlinghouse has already stated. In all likelihood, isn't that what you'd anticipate? I don't think Brad Garlinghouse is lying. I wouldn't expect that. I'd be surprised by that. I'm sorry, I'm just laughing so much. What can you do? It's that absurd. Every day where there's new information regarding this case, it's just increasingly absurd. It's unbelievable.
So enjoy your day, everybody. I'm always here for you. Leave any comments or questions below, and be sure to subscribe. But thanks, everybody. I really appreciate you. Enjoy your day, and I always have your back. So thanks so much, everybody.